Are you excited, Sabrina? We're gonna have chickens. Ooh. You need to be brushed like really bad, dude. Say hi. Meow meow. February's just fine. Today though, we will be going to get chickens. My husband's wanting chickens for a while. We're finally deciding to start them this year. And yeah, it's been a whole world of trying to find them and the specific ones that we want. But there's a place we're going to go to today that's local that'll have at least one breed that we're interested in, maybe two. So I thought I'd show you guys what we're using to start them, or like the things that we got to help us out. So I guess I'll show you the biggest thing first, is this gigantic bag of premium chicken bedding. We won't be using this immediately for the chickens, just because a lot of research that we did said that the chicks, if you have that in there when you first get them, they'll confuse that with their food and they'll start to eat that instead. So we just already have that as a backup. What we're going to use first in our little pen is paper towels. A lot of people said that's good to use for like the first couple days to a week or so. We bought 2 different feeders. This is just what they had at the store. So they've got this one where you put the food in the top and it just kind of runs down into the bottom. They can eat it that way. Or this one that's just flat. I would imagine that the problem with this one is that the chickens might stand and jump on top of it, and then they could like poop in their own food or something like that. But we'll try both, see what happens. We also, hi kitty. Meow. We also got a waterer, which is huge. How much does this hold? Oh, it's just 1 gallon. It looks a lot bigger. It's 1 gallon, and it's different from, I think, the other like chicken waterers, because there's some where the rim here is like twice as wide. And that one, I guess the chicks, because they're so small, they could fall into it and possibly drown. So to prevent drowning, we just got one with a narrow lip, I guess you call it. But it also has feet on the bottom. This is my cat, Sabrina. Also has feet on the bottom, so then we can prop it up, and then hopefully that way they won't kick shavings and stuff into the water and get it too dirty. We also have chick grit. The chick grit we got this off of Amazon. And this is just small rocks, because chickens need rocks and things to be able to digest their food. And then we got, and I'll show this, I've got to open it up for you to actually see it. But we got, it's essentially a pet pen. But it's like a nylon mesh material. It said on the website that it was waterproof, but a lot of the reviews said it's more water resistant. So, oh my goodness, you're digging your nails in me. Go out of the way. So, just to protect our floors, right now I'm in our attic, and that's where we're going to have that. It's just a safe place we have in our house. I've got this, stop it. I had bought a tarp, but I can't find my tarp. So instead I've got like a car sling that you would use for a dog that's waterproof, and I'm just going to set this on top of it. And then we opted, instead of doing a heat lamp, to do a Brooder Plate. This is what it looks like. This is the top of it, that's the bottom. And then you just have like these little feet that you put in through the top. Like that. And then you just prop it up and it'll just sit. We opted to get the Brooder Plate. It's more expensive than a heat lamp, but they're supposed to be a lot safer. Heat lamps can pose a huge fire hazard, and since we don't have an outdoor space that's like insulated and protected to keep the chicks in, we opted to do the Brooder Plate instead, because I don't want to risk burning my house down with a heating lamp just to save a couple bucks. Like, you know, if there's a fire in the long run, you're costing yourself money. So yeah, we've got all that stuff, and then we just got some little chicken elixir, additive probiotics for the chickens, just because getting them after all the transportation and stuff can be a little bit rough. Yeah, this is what we've got. We're going to have the chickens in our attic with a dog, a cat, and a toddler. This is the safest place that I can put them. This will keep them away from the dog for now until we can properly introduce them to her and keep them from being accidentally squished or let out to run away by the toddler. The only animal that comes up here is the cat. That's because our food is up here. But I think it'll be fine. I don't think she'll mess with them. And the pen has a top, so the top actually closes. And I'll try and get some footage of me. Oh, there's so much fur. Oh, some footage of me setting that up so you guys can see what the finished product looks like. We were successful on our trip yesterday for getting chickens. We got 10 of them. We have 5 turkens, 3 buckeyes, and then 2 olive eggers. We were going to try and get a few Americanas, but by the time we got there, they were gone, completely gone. And apparently right before we got there, some lady came in and bought like 35 chicks. So we got what we could. I think what we have we'll be really satisfied with. They seem to be doing pretty good. They're definitely a lot chipper and like moving around a lot more, jumping a lot more than they were yesterday. So they did really well overnight. I did leave the paper towels in the bottom, but it got really dirty really fast. And they seem to be doing good with like eating their food and stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take the paper towels out and put in the bedding, because in the pens that they had them in at the feed store and in the box that they gave us, they were already in bedding, which I didn't know they would come that way. So I think they'll be fine. They seem to be eating their food and drinking their water good, so I don't think they'll be eating the bedding or anything like that. I don't think I have to worry about that. But yeah, I'm gonna pull out the food and the water, try and roll the paper towels to one side, put down the bedding, and then roll it to the other side to put down the bedding. That way I hopefully don't have to take the chicks out, because now that they're definitely way more energetic than they were yesterday, and I'm afraid that if I take them out to put them in something else, they're gonna run off on me, and I don't want to be chasing chickens around this morning. So we'll get that done, and then I